Welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all made y'all way in the door, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Today we got a good one for you. We're going to be talking about Teacher Bae. Man, the reason we're talking about Teacher Bae today because it is going viral right now on TikTok. And people are talking about, is this woman's attire and other teachers' attire appropriate to be wearing to school? We're going to be talking about Trump talking about sending people, the troops to DC, Chicago, and even Baltimore. And we're going to be talking about young ladies getting to fight in school. How you feeling today?
Feeling great, man. It's our first day back after the Labor Day weekend. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Hope y'all are rested. We're in a new month. We already in the third day of September, dog. This month is pretty much it's gone.
Yep.
Because in a few hours it'll be the 4th.
Yep.
At 12 midnight. It's gonna be the 4th. Like that's where we at.
Talk about how fast everything.
How fast everything is moving.
Oh yeah.
So it's crazy to see that.
So first thing first, I got some videos I want to ask you about before we get started.
Yeah.
Before we let everybody make their way in the building. Like I said, if you're here, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you share the video and make sure you subscribe. Now, this first video I got is kind of wild.
What you got?
So we're gonna call this Chris. Ask Chris and see what he got to say.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And once again, society proves that there's no safe place for women. If you haven't heard about the Sansum Clinic of Santa Barbara, or Sansum Clinic of Santa Barbara, it's an OBGY clinic, as in female doctor. Their nurses proceeded to take pictures and create a compilation of these pictures, saying that their patients left them little gifts when they left. They were actually pictures of their on the table that they were examined. These are female nurses doing this to their female patients. Do we not go through enough as women to have to now worry about this also? Completely unprofessional, and you guys are demoralized humans at this point, because why would you? For what? Likes and views on TikTok?
So how you feel about that?
This is the world they created. And what's so crazy, you see the women get that perspective. Women are the main users and perpetuators of making social media inclusive to everything we do. When you're talking breastfeeding, you don't see men, hey, put the camera on while you breastfeed my child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So women social media has become intricate parts of everyday life. And it's anonymous. I can see the concern, but it's not like this saying, oh, this patient number one, this Julia Jones from East Cambridge. You see what I'm saying? They're not, it's anonymous, so we don't know who this belongs to. This yours, this hers. But this is what
they're probably gonna be like, girl, that's mine. It's a little yellow right there. I can tell by the discoloration. Or my stuff get real wet when it get down there like that. What you
see?
Think?
Mine ain't even that dark brown. See, mine be light brown. But it's just the fact that this is what social media have done, to where even in the schools, you got some school districts saying, hey, you can't bring your phone in here no more. It's too much of a distraction.
Right.
So not only are you seeing disruptive cases in school, in the workplace, and every other part, again, this is, people think we have to wait to get permission to stand up for what we feel is right for us, or privacy. We don't have to wait for nobody to give you no executive order to say, hey, you got a right to be private.
Right.
Like, they look at what y'all do and they say, well, this must be cool too.
Yeah.
So I don't see no problem with it.
Well, I want to touch on this. They try to act as if society and men are just so hard on women and the bullies of women, when in fact women perpetuate and bully each other a lot more than men do. And it's because of the competition. Now you see women, this is women doing it, and it's supposed to be, girls culture. But we see the women up here showing, women's discharge and stuff like that. So it's like, what's really going on? And I guess, and I understand you want to have a safe space. You want to be able to get your pussy checked out without it being making TikTok in the interwebs. And like you said, they didn't say who it was, but you already know they making videos like this. They talking about you when you leave them. They talking about, oh, girl, do you smell that? She had tuna for dinner. Like that, they talking crazy over there.
Yeah, I think it's there's no more privacy. I will see privacy would be a thing of the past by 2030.
Oh yeah, that's out the way.
I don't think privacy is going to be a thing anymore. Like, because we've given consent to be surveilled, all these surveillance cameras and things that.
And nobody reads the fine print.
Yeah, it's under the guise of your safety.
Yeah,
that's why I'm watching you, for your own safety.
Right.
They had even conspiracies where they talking about the cameras being in the TV with your service provider having the key and your phone listening. When you think you got it powered off, but you get on there and see. Well, I was just talking about this. Why is it coming up in my?
Right.
It's no more privacy.
I agree. So the next video we got before we get into Teacher Bae and letting everybody get into the door, I think you'll like this one right here. All right, you ready?
You don't want a lesbian, you want a dude. You don't want a lesbian, you want a dude. Day after day after day, profile after profile, I see lesbians on dating sites saying things like, I just want a strong leader. I just want someone I can submit to. Lesbians are saying this to other women. I'm in my feminine era. I'm looking for someone who can bring out my feminine era. I'm looking for the leader of my family. Women to other women. Let me tell you something. The good Lord did not create me as a woman to be a provider. The good Lord did not create me to protect you. The good Lord did not make it for two women to have a man-woman relationship. Okay, say what you want. I'm gay, but it says right there in the Bible, man and woman, and it outlines what kind of relationship a man and woman should have. When we decided, as a society, to be gay, we gave up certain things. We broke the mold. God knows our life, and he knows our plan. He has a plan for us. But there's no outline for our type of relationship in the Bible. As a woman, you are not supposed to submit to me, another woman. As a woman, I am not supposed to be your provider, your caretaker. As a woman who dates women, when I stopped dating men, I realized there were certain things that I was going to have to give up. I would have to give up the safety and protection aspect of being with a man. I would have to give up the heteronormative relationships I was used to, where I could be the...
So after watching that, what you think?
I mean, she's spot on, but it's kind of like a... Why are you making this video as a stud LGBTQ woman?
Well, you had the stud master come out saying if you ever took Peter Wackel, you ain't a lesbian. So you got this woman right here telling us like y'all want dynamics that come with women and men. Now I don't agree with the Lord and all of that because I think that's the crazy part. But when you talking about you need a protector, a provider, and all that, that's typically what you look for in a man, and that's what she's saying. I can kind of agree with that. What you think?
Well, it's still funny because you're sitting here trying to look like a man and talk and have a mannerism as a man, but you're using your gender card because you may not be able to provide like a man can. But meanwhile, you're still trying to look and take on the mannerisms.
So you think she's taking on a masculine role?
Well, not you're taking it on, but you're trying to by the look of you. If I tried to come in, yeah, man, I'm here for the security guard, but I got a dress on. I'm here for the security guard position, but I'm coming in with a dress and heels. Am I coming here looking like I can kick your ass? I think I probably need to come here like I can kick some ass to be the head security guard, right?
Right. So let me ask you this. You don't think that they could wear the clothing without trying to be like, let's say she just comfortable like that. Maybe she's not trying to actually be a man. Maybe say I'm comfortable wearing a button down and baggy pants and hoodies in the summertime.
Well, that's one thing. But you're still using the sexuality. You're still attracted to women. So you're not just dressing like this because it's comfortable. Because if that's the case, you can still fuck with some guys. If it was just about comfort. So you're trying to look and behave.
Well, maybe she ain't comfortable with the guys though. Maybe the comfortability is the dress.
Well, again, we can find some silver lining in anything. But if you're looking and trying to look to part,
yeah,
I'm about to put on a police uniform. Don't come up to me talking about you need help though.
Right.
I know what's gonna happen when I walk out here with this motherfucking police uniform on.
I agree.
So we can't act like these are just random things that we do without thought. These
I
are premeditated things.
I agree. Hey, if y'all watching the video, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. We're finna get into what y'all probably came for today. Hold on.
Teacher thoughts.
Teacher thoughts.
Teacher
No,
Bae.
not teacher thoughts. Why am I down?
TikTok thoughts.
My screen don't want to move. Ah, hell. So what we're about to get into now is Teacher Bae. Teacher Bae is a woman, and it show other women dressed the same way. That is dressing provocative, wearing really tight pencil skirts, stripper heels, looks very, very sexual, if you ask me. She has a voluptuous body, really big butt, looks like a BBL, and she's wearing this in front of children. Now, people try to defend her. A lot of people try to defend her. But when they seen the other content that she was making, it's like, okay, this is getting a little weird now. But before we get into the videos and what people are saying, I want y'all to answer this question for me right here. So the video we're about to play is someone reviewing her and showing her outfit. Let's go.
Miss William, better known as Miss Bae, has gone viral on TikTok because of the way she dresses and the way she shows up to begin her day at school with all her students. The criticism she has received is because her clothes are always very close to her body and it shows her beautiful figure. She also wears very beautiful, seductive looking shoes. But two things can be true at the same time. She has a beautiful body. She doesn't want to cover it. Students are going to be looking at her all day, every day. For what I can tell, this is probably her first year teaching. A lot of schools have a dress code. I have worked in schools where they don't allow open toe at all. Obviously, the school that she works at is very lenient with the dress code. There are some schools that don't even allow leggings to be worn. I think it's safe to say that she has very little experience teaching and she has no idea of what students are like. Male students do develop crushes on teachers. It's nothing new. Teachers must protect themselves by the way they dress. They have to be mindful that you don't have something open or too low cut or something that shapes your body in a way that there's nothing left to the imagination. A lot of people have come on here and criticized this teacher for having those kind of outfits in the classroom, but I don't think she's going to listen to any of us. I think she's going to shop for a brand new wardrobe as soon as she gets uncomfortable by her own students, because that day is coming. She's going to get a lot.
So I disagree with what she said about her buying more different outfits, and the reason that is because she know what she's doing, because women understand their curvaceousness. They understand what kind of message they're trying to send out. Like you said, if I put on a police uniform, I know what this message conveys to the public. So I'm out here showing my butt in this pencil skirt and stuff like that. I know what's going on, and then from the looks of it right there, it looks like you teaching middle school kids, and I'm just thinking about like going through puberty, and I'm seeing all this ass and these titties on my teacher at the board every day. You calling me the front of the class, and I got a hard dick because I'm going through puberty. Like these are the things that you got to think about. Like these young boys got cell phones, they're discovering more, pornographic images. And so when we see this type of stuff, these women know what's going on. And then in middle school, I'm just thinking about when I was in middle school, it wasn't a lot of male teachers there. Unless they was like the coach. You get more male teachers when you get to high school. So you being in middle school, it's not like you saying you're doing it to impress, other male teachers, because it ain't that many male teachers there. Maybe the principal and maybe the coach. So I think it's weird to be dressed this provocative in front of children. What you think?
Yeah, I think, like I said, when you go to school to being a teacher, you shouldn't be able to just get access. It should be a certain year gap between. I would say at least 10 to 15. You graduating, what's 23, 22,
22.
depending on what you're doing. You should not be teaching 14 and up at 22. You should start elementary and then you can graduate and go up.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, when you do it like that, they have the different certifications and studies. They have the certifications and stuff. So if I start elementary, then I got to take early childhood and such and
As
such.
you
and such.
should.
You think they should take them all?
Because I'm damn near asking, how does motherfucker jump to being able to teach a 16, 17-year-old person without teaching a 4-year-old or 5-year-old?
I think it's the understanding of the brain and stuff like that. And it's just curriculum. I think if we just talking about curriculum, we're not talking about like development and stuff like that.
I still got to be able to teach you.
Yeah, you should be able to teach. If I'm seasoned enough, I know what every 14 or 16, you know what I'm saying, a 17, 18-year-old looks like that comes to you if I've done it enough. You don't think so?
If I start out driving, I ain't finna start out driving that motherfucking Mustang GT.
I agree, but I don't think cars and humans the same, are they?
I mean, that, but it's levels.
I can agree with that, but I just don't think.
I'm saying it's that makes sense. It'll make sense for me to start out teaching the small. If I'm just my first year teaching, I jump straight to teaching a 16-year-old. It's kind of odd to me a little bit. Versus in my first year driving, I jump right Hellcat, not the Ford Fusion, not the one with 100 on the dash. I go straight to 200 on the dash. Yes. Hormones as a 16-year-old boy, the pressures, all the whatever trauma that has led up to him at 16, 17. I go out of college straight to that. Versus, let me start with the little kids first, and then as my tenure, and I prove I'm a great teacher, I graduate up.
Yeah.
So I would think that would make more sense to avoid these type of issues.
Well, maybe so. I just think it depends on your attraction level too. Because let's say you do the kids, but you're not attracted to those little kids. Maybe you still attracted to still like high school kids and kids.
You said attracted to?
Yeah.
What you mean attracted?
Because you said like this. So let's say she dresses like that in elementary, but ain't nobody really causing no ruckus because you're with little kids. They ain't getting there. But you're talking about now when you're getting out middle school to high school where people are noticing you dressing like this, it's gonna be more of an issue. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if she was around little kids, she wouldn't even worry about dressing like that.
Yeah, and my thing is, I don't even think a lot of it is more so dress, because attitude and a certain persona comes with that.
Yeah,
woman. You see what I'm saying? So it's bigger than the dress. How is she interacting with these students? Is she, kicking out some type of sexual energy? Is she doing, whatever? You know what I'm saying? Is it just straight? You ain't just waking up and walking out the dress without the attitude attached to your fit.
I agree.
I'm coming out the suit and I'm on some hood ghetto nigga shit. Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. If I come out with a ball cap, hooping shorts, I may be prone to, like I said, hip hop behavior or a more update, cool kid behavior.
Yeah.
Versus you got a pencil skirt. You ain't, come on, man. You worried about the 10. You see you already all the way in the hall making sure the camera on you.
Right. Like I said, Rakia said she thinks teachers should start teaching at 24. I think 24 a good age. Maybe 28. I think about 28.
28, man.
I think about 28.
These kids are hyper progressing. I seen a boy, he 13 years old. He's 6'8". 6'6", 6'8". 13.
Yeah.
So, nah, man, it need to be some good spacing in between these students and teachers, because a lot of the teachers, the students might not even respect to receive the information given by the teacher because they look at it as a peer.
Yeah.
You looking, dressing like me, you talking like me. We're in the same age bracket in my mind.
So let me ask you this, because I know a lot of people, especially women, try to act like there's no such thing as age-appropriate dressing. Because we got shit like glam moms now, and they wearing the shit that glam mamas wearing the shit that the 24-year-olds wear. Do you think there's a such thing as age-appropriate dressing?
I'll take the age out of it. This is a job.
Okay.
You ain't coming in for no motherfucking fashion show. You coming in to teach these kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to dress as less as provocative as possible. And I didn't really see a lot of the super fine teachers. Maybe one or two.
One or
And
two.
some women just can't help it.
Yeah.
They're just fine no matter what they wear. I get it, but when you're trying to show off how fine you are, that's the problem. Not that you coming in here fine. You're making it known that you're fine, and you're playing on that on your social media.
Right. And to even call yourself Teacher Bae is a red flag.
Come on, man.
In itself. So the next video we're gonna play right here is this one. And the reason I want to play this video right here is because I think that we have a lot of men who aren't protecting their children like men say that they are or say that they should. And I'm gonna explain why after we play this video.
I found Teacher Bae. Teacher Bae. Miss Williams. I want to be in your class, girl.
The only reason I played that little snippet right there is simply because I can get in the comment section and I can see so many men talking about, oh, I wish my teacher was this fine. Oh, I love to be in her class. And they just so gun-ho or so like excited about seeing a fine teacher. And I think this goes back to when we talk about like porn and stuff like that, the categories, the sexy teacher. Like I said, you're going through puberty, you see all this ass and titties. Like, you're not really protecting students if you had a mindset of protecting your children. If you had a mindset, oh, I wish my teacher was that fine, because now you're upholding pedophilic tendencies. You think that's cool, and I get it. Like we as men, we wear it as a badge of honor, being able to sleep with the older, finer woman, or the stories about sleeping with your babysitters. But the thing is, we have to call out pedophilic behavior on both sides, and that's why a lot of men, even when they get traumatized by a woman, they don't speak up or talk about it, because now it's looked at, oh, you might be gay, or you're a punk. What's wrong with you? You should be happy that she wanted to sleep with you. So I just think that we have a lot of these men out here that's not actually protecting, or think that this is cool, or wear it as a badge of honor to sleep with somebody older.
You had a case we reported like last year, I want to say, maybe last year, early this year, where the dad knew about the relationship,
right,
and was kind of facilitating and coaching his son on how to deal with the teacher.
With his ass in jail.
So, they locked him up for that. But like I said, I think, can I really focus on my studies if I have developed a growing attraction to my teacher? Probably not.
It'd be very hard.
It's going to be very difficult for me she's smelling, because she's going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
She's not coming in here on Wednesday, the next 4 days, she coming in here bummed out.
Right.
So the energy is coming behind this. It's bigger than the dress. It's the attitude, it's the energy that come with it. So I think it should be at least 10 to 14 years in between. You shouldn't just be able to jump right in no fucking teaching no high school boy. Peaking at puberty. What? It ain't make sense. If I come in there with some khakis on,
right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, if you came in there with some khakis on and your dick print was showing and everybody could see it, this is a conversation that would have been over.
It wouldn't. Come on, man. We be playing stupid. I'm gonna tell you what I noticed about this social media space, and I'm seeing this now with uptick. We may get into this this weekend or next week with Nick Fuentes. I know it's a tangent, but just the racism conversation where, we were talking about black fatigue earlier this year, and white people have become, and not just white people, a lot of people just become vocal about that this name for black people in certain spaces, i.e. more so black women. And it's just like this conversation has turned so crazy where people have mastered the art of playing ignorant. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking at these people saying, yeah, send them back, they violent, this. I'm like, we got extinct fucking animals because of you.
Right.
Y'all done had talking about the propensity for violence, and they play this ignorant game so crazy. And I seen women have adopted this. Women they know how to switch it to general to specific to general to specific. I said, man, playing dumb is the best thing you can do in a lot of cases, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Dumb to this, damn well a 22, 23-year-old fine woman is not going to be I don't see how she can be a great teacher to young boys and young men going through puberty. And she's flaunting it.
I think in that mind state, I don't think she could be a good teacher flaunting her body. But I don't want to just write off all teachers because I don't know. Because I go back and forth. Like maybe it was a reason why in our generation we had more older teachers than we had young teachers. But then I asked myself, what those older teachers that we had, was they young at one point in time, but did they start their profession old? Because you got to think about it. The old teachers, when you have conversation, I've been teaching 30 years. Well, she's 60. She might have started teaching at 30, 33. You know what I'm saying? So those old teachers weren't they once young? But the thing is, the decorum and how prestigious teaching used to be. See, the thing about teaching now, teaching is not a job that's seen as a pillar of the community now. It's just a job because most teachers understood that, hey, I got your children. I need to be presentable. We probably are going to go to the same church. We probably are going to stay in the same neighborhood. But a lot of these people are going to be in these positions that's not part of this community, not not from this neighborhood, don't know these kids, don't have any attachment to them. So now, like I said, that badge of honor that came with being a teacher, the social implication of what teachers meant and how teachers even presented outside, like even how she dressed at work. A lot of teachers wouldn't even dress out like that in public in fear of their students seeing them. And I know that because I even think about my wife. My wife is a principal, so she even think about, like, even when we go on dates, what she can and cannot wear, or what she see a parent out. Like, what if a parent see me with my ass out? Even though I'm out with my husband and stuff, they're gonna say something.
Yeah, I think that's just a trade off on what you're doing. Like, but I think it's like I say, it's more than the dress, it's the attitude. I know I'm fine, and I'm gonna show you I'm fine. I'm gonna, attach my profession to my TikTok, my personality. So I think that's where it gets problematic.
Jules said that's not equivalent. Y'all ignorant right along with those supposed healthcare workers. Well, what's not equivalent and how we ignorant? Like, we gotta hear this.
Yeah. If you're trying to justify a young woman flaunting her body, putting on TikTok, labeling herself as Teacher Bae around kids, we have no conversation for you
At all.
Because put me in her role with my dick print out and make that statement. If it was missing right here, you wouldn't say that.
Because I heard a young lady on TikTok say, hey, they told me to wear a butt jacket. And she was like, y'all want to know what a butt jacket is? A cardigan. She said, I got a fat ass, but they tell us to put a cardigan on so you couldn't show your body, your titties and stuff.
Say, if it was two women sitting here saying, I'm wrong for showing a man showing his dick print, you ain't gonna make that comment, Jules. And you know that.
They just be saying stuff.
Come on, man. Ain't no way you justifying this.
Look, they try to.
Your son come home and say this teacher did some or whatever. You ain't gonna get that teacher the benefit of the doubt because you already see the preconception of her.
Right.
You're not gonna take up for her and say she ain't do this. This a great teacher. You're not doing that. The same way if I was on here parading around showing my print and a daughter came on and saying I did something to her, I rubbed up against her, you wouldn't give me the benefit of the doubt because how I'm parading around.
Nope.
We gotta stop being stupid.
I agree. So the next thing I want to get into, I want to talk about Trump sending troops to DC and now to Chicago. Now, I don't know if y'all know of this, but over the Labor Day weekend, they had over 50 people get shot and 7 people get killed. One person got hit with a stray bullet. The reason we're having this conversation is because it seems like Black people cannot clean up their own community and then get upset when another person comes and cleans it up, i.e. Trump, and then they view it as racism or trying to implement martial law. Now, I'm not saying that ain't gonna happen. I'm not saying that's not what it looks like, but at the same time, if you have crime where 50 people get shot over the weekend and he's the president and y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do in y'all community, what is left to do? Now, I'm gonna say this as well. America is running perfectly, and crime has to happen in America for money to flow throughout this bitch, for programs, for police force, for guns, ring cameras. All of these things work off of crime, right? But I don't think Donald Trump is your status quo president. And the reason that I say that is because he didn't show y'all in DC. I got the National Guard here in 2 weeks. We haven't had any murders at all. So the thing is, I want to have this trivia right here before I play the next video. Y'all answer these questions for me. So let's hear what Donald Trump had to say about sending troops to Chicago. Now, as a matter of fact, let's play this first.
In Chicago over the weekend, at least 54 people were shot. This is just over Labor Day weekend, 7 killed. Several of the incidents were mass shootings with multiple victims at a single scene. In one instance, a teenage girl was hit with a stray bullet. The violence comes as President Trump threatens to send federal agents and National Guard troops to Chicago to quell the crime there, despite objections from the city's mayor, Brandon Johnson, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Unfortunately, Joe, this is not unusual in Chicago, which has been plagued by gun violence for generations, not years, for generations.
54 people shot this weekend in Chicago, 7 killed. I mean, and those numbers just keep piling up.
And let's see what Trump had to say about it.
Make your mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. When you lose, look, I have an obligation. This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country. And that includes Baltimore. I saw where Governor Moore was asking me to take a walk down the street of Baltimore. Well, Baltimore is a very unsafe place. It's rated number 4 in the city, one of the most unsafe places anywhere in the world. I'm very proud of Washington. It serves as a template, and we're going to do it elsewhere. But Chicago is certainly going to be high. I would love to have him call. I would love the governor of Illinois. I'd be honored to take his call. All he has to do is say, sir, we need help. It's out of control. And everyone knows it is. He's not kidding anyone. I would love to have, I would say, Governor Moore call, because I watched him over the weekend trying to explain that Baltimore, what they need is housing. No, they don't need housing. They need to get rid of the criminals.
Make your mind up.
So how you feel about that? What do you think?
Crime is definitely, and well, people don't understand how these political parties play against us. I think it was over 1 million something nonprofits or something. People are using these nonprofits for these programs, but they're not servicing. I think they raised like some billion to combat homelessness in California.
Right.
And they ain't even put a dent in it. So where that money going?
Right.
So people don't understand these Democrats and Republicans, whatever you want to call it, they play to the middle. We push you to the middle away from the resources. So I keep you fighting amongst each other doing all this riffraff while I'm doing my scheme on the backside. So I put all the attention over here to make it seem, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's always the same. It's always the same cycle. It's always this violent uptick here, and it's the same. It's the usual suspects. So at what point it ain't no cleaning up your own neighborhood, because we don't view this as ours. We're just renting. See the squatters.
So you think black people don't view the neighborhoods that they stay in as their own?
Not as a whole, no. You got the Crip and the gang culture in Cali that believes that this is my block, this, that, and other parts like that. But black people as a whole, we don't just say this is my area and really believe that. They know they got to pay taxes, whatever's to stay over here. And if I don't do it and I don't comply with these rules, I'm gonna get up out of here. But we don't just have this my hood type mentality as if it's my nice car outside. I'm gonna keep that clean, right?
Right.
You'll see the same thing if I truly felt that this was my neighborhood.
Do you think Trump wrong for sending these troops and National Guard into these places to get them cleaned up? And the reason that I ask, because they always try to take everything that he does and base it in racism. But it's weird to do that when we know that there is a problem. There is a problem at hand. Murder and crime is a problem in America, especially in these inner cities where they be predominantly black. And the mayor of Chicago is a black man and trying to stop Trump from going in to clean up the crime. So my thing is, why is this going on to where the black mayor don't want crime being cleaned up?
Because if you clean up crime in these poverty-stricken areas with black men and women, these people are going to get enlightened. They're going to get a peace of mind. They're going to get momentum to change themselves. Who waiting on what other parts of Illinois are available? The suburbs. These white people that's quiet, they may not be as powerful as a Trump or whatever, but they got some type of influence. They don't want these areas cleaned up and these people cleaning themselves up and coming out here to stay by me. Keep you fighting to stay over there. You clean it up. Now these motherfuckers finna get right. They finna get some push and they gonna end up coming to be my neighbor one day.
Well, if they didn't clean themselves up, you got a better people moving out there. It's
we don't view that just like you got when you hear white men refer to white women as mud sharks. They feel like if she been with one black man, she tainted forever.
Yeah.
So rehabilitation for black people don't translate to a lot of other races. They don't see you as really rehabilitated or refined.
And that's crazy because even with like the opioid epidemic, they feel like they can rehabilitate the white man from being addicted to drugs and shit like that. But all of a sudden, and can't nobody else be rehabilitated?
That's an ailment in addiction. We talking about the whole mindset and the culture. That's
what I'm saying. If people can get something over strong like an addiction, I think you can be addicted to the culture and what's going on in your neighborhood too. I think that kind of, to me, go hand in hand when we talk about just comparisons. If I can get over being addicted to a drug, I think people can get over being addicted to a mindset. The thing is,
I think it's that easy, Sid. I think
it's I know I'm saying it like it's cut and dry, but I think in our community we deal with a lot of, I'm gonna say this, retardation. So it's kind of hard for me to expect a group of people to do something. Like if I see a motherfucker run his head against the wall, I'm gonna be like, okay, something wrong with him. Now you got to ask yourself, well, why do black people keep putting themselves in these same situations over and over? Y'all keep running y'all heads into a wall. So I got to just look at it and be like, this motherfucker retarded. I just got to look at it like that. This person is retarded. They ain't got no sense. Ain't no saving them. And that's why I say it need to be a real serious purge of our community, because we're trying to, and I hate this conversation when it comes to like the black power people or the people that say they for black people. You got to have a mindset and understanding that everybody cannot be saved. If you're trying to come at the black community where everybody can be saved, then that's going to be the issue. I think you probably have a good 20% of the black community that can really be saved. That might be a stretch if I'm thinking about it. 20%. What you think?
I mean, anything when you look at a batch or a mass amount of things trying to be saved, I never seen it. Anything.
Me neither.
Goods, perishables, a lot of things. I never said, well, we was able to save 90% of it.
Yeah.
We was able to say 80%. A lot of it's gonna be destroyed.
Right.
So even the idea of saving somebody or a group of people who are not even wedded, they need saving. Because they can be like, what you saved me from? This life.
Yeah, this the culture. This how we live.
So it's like I said, that's an individual choice that people got to make before you. Nah, you ain't. Trump doing what he need to do, because again, how long you gonna let it perpetuate?
Yeah, I think that's the question. How long you gonna let it go on? And even so much so, like when we talk about like the 94 crime bill, the 94 crime bill basically would just put a lot of niggas in jail. Like I was listening to a video that was talking about Joe Biden when he authored the crime bill and what he was on the Senate floor saying, and how he was talking about, oh yeah, all of these kids being raised. This is 94. This we talking about what, 30 years ago? So all of these kids being raised without without fathers and single mothers and perpetuating crime, super predators, all of these things that are getting said about this 94 crime bill and why it's needed and being implemented against black people. Then you get around to your 3 strikes rule and stuff like that. Like this is a real target on black people and people that I know that don't have no fathers in the home. We had drugs, we got retardation. They talking about autism was on the rise in black boys because of some people say vaccines, some people say no, but why is it You know, why do we see it so much more in young black boys? ADHD, like we see all of these things on the rise in the black community, and we can't act like there has not been an attack on our community.
Yeah, and just listen to the language. It said, I'm coming to clean up, not rehabilitate, clean up.
Yeah.
And we just finna clean this bitch up, you know, make it all right. You ain't finna come in here and rehabilitate these people, put the necessary resources, you know, in here in this area. You're not doing that.
And that's the part that I think is, to me, the part that I think might be a little bit more scary, because just to clean it up, and what do you give the people? Because when you take something from somebody, you got to give them something else.
And what does cleaning up really translate to? What do you mean? What is going to be the day-to-day when you bring these people in?
Right.
Are we going to check in, checkpoints? Are we going to, you know, funnel them to this area? Like, how is this going to look?
And then how long they going to stay? And then what things you're going to have implemented after they leave? Because all of these big places talking about they lacking in police force. So after the National Guard and the Army and all these people leave, then what? You going to go back to the party and bullshit?
And they got to stay somewhere. See, I think, like I said, they ushering in martial law and some other things.
You think so?
These people ain't just coming in. All right, we gone, y'all.
So you think they're going to be there and they stay there?
Yeah, I know I'm coming in here for 3 weeks and I'm finna dip. What you think gonna happen when I leave?
Same shit.
Exactly. So why would I come in and do that for 3 weeks and then dip and undo everything I just did?
Well, you could come in 3 weeks and leave, and it might, more likely it's going to be longer. But I'm just saying, you could come in and do that to show that it can be done. Not necessarily. I'm here to stay here. I'm coming in here to show, hey, if they want to clean up crime, they can. They don't. These mayors and these governors over these states, they don't want to clean up crime. I'm the president, and he said, I got to do that. I come here and I can show you that it can be did, just like I did in Washington, D.C., but we ain't even have no murders in 2 weeks. Wait, we got black men getting on TikTok and making videos like, hey, bro, I can walk down the street with my jewelry on now. Like, this is a different feeling, a different atmosphere. It just feels safer outside.
But it's I'm gonna say it too. It's rooted in a lot of things. I think they know black men inherently have a fear of white male authority, especially in uniforms and badges with guns. Niggas gonna get right. So that's what that is. When I'm finna send them white boys down there, I know y'all gonna be on y'all best fucking behavior when them white boys them guns down there, because you know they gonna shoot some, and they ain't going to jail and gotta worry about being snitched on phone them.
Okay, so let me ask you
put your ass in that dirt.
We watch a lot of body cam footage. Well, what about the black women?
All of them, all parties involved.
Because we see them act up all the time against police and authority. So
I've seen them act up, but I ain't never really seen them get off like I seen black men get off on a cop. Like,
what you mean?
Shooting them and being able to get away. Most time they subdue the woman. Most of the time.
Yeah, but
she's done. Quick.
Yeah, but she still could be unruly. You gotta think about it. She's raising children up behind that watch to act that way too.
Yeah, so all of us gonna get checked.
Yeah.
And they know we have an innate fear of white male authority. So the presence alone is gonna call the bullshit.
Yeah.
You like, the police down there, bro. Get right. The police behind me. Sit up straight.
Yeah, because I can remember you, like I said, growing up, they could say, I'm not going to Hoover because police be over there.
Yeah. Scared of the police. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I say, what does cleaning up really mean? What is the plan? Like, are you just sending troops? Like, who you corresponding with? You ain't getting with no community leaders who been trying to clean it up. What about those guys?
Well,
that's boots on the ground, grassroots.
You're not gonna get with those guys, and the reason you're not gonna get with those guys because if they ain't done it in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years,
but I don't have the resources that the Fed can bring.
True, but also a lot of those funding get cut too. Like I said, the money, especially with the nonprofits, when you start a lot of nonprofits, if you look research it, they said like 90% of the budget goes to just paying people that work there. Yeah, not even going to the call. We just paying administration fees.
The Black Panther didn't have a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So I don't believe you need an organization or some type of 501c3 status to do what's right for you and your people. You don't need no motherfucking organization. You get a group of like-minded individuals and you do it yourself. They did free lunch with the black. They offer security. One no government programs behind the Black Panthers in the 70s and the 60s.
I agree.
So yeah, I think that's just an excuse and a cop out.
Yeah, I agree. I just think right now, when it comes to everything that we see, we gotta wait it out and see. But what's even more dumb on the parts, I think, of our people seeing those type of people come into our community and still not playing for the what if. What if they enact martial law? What if they decide to commit genocide on our people? What if they decide to just turn the guns on us? We ain't come together. We ain't had no meetings. We ain't say, hey, we got this is plan A. This is what we're gonna do in our neighborhood. These are the guns we're gonna buy. Like, that's the part that's, to me, the dumb part. Like, I see these people here, but we're not planning to do anything. It just in case.
We gonna see.
We gonna see now. We gonna see.
We got hood fights.
Hood fight. we ain't gonna play a fight like to so the next thing I want to talk about is this right here. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Switch this up. So the next thing I want to talk about is, and we got another video. The reason we're talking about this is because in our city, we're in Birmingham, Alabama, in the projects of Avondale called Tom Brown. They had young girls fighting each other while the parents sat outside, egged the fight on. We were going to play the fight, but first of all, they took the fight down, so we couldn't find it. Secondly, on YouTube, they be flagging our shit. So I don't know if we can play fight videos. You ever see a fight video on YouTube?
Not recently. No.
Okay, I ain't seen really fight videos on YouTube, so we're not gonna play it. But we're gonna play another video of a mother being upset because her daughter supposedly got to fighting at school over a boy. And what I want y'all to do when y'all watch this video, let me know from the mother's reaction or how she's talking. Do you think this young lady that comes from her is an innocent person? Let's play the video.
Head bleeding. I don't know who at the school and jumped on my baby, but I promise you they gonna have to come and see about me. Somebody gonna have to give me some answers for why they putting their hands on my baby. Y'all need to teach y'all kids to keep y'all hands to y'allself. My baby called me crying, telling me, Mama, I'm sorry, Mom. She called me yesterday. As soon as she got to school, she said a girl wanted to fight her. I said, Naya, leave it alone. Don't you worry about it. I said, it's going to be all right. Don't let nobody get you out of your character. Don't let nobody get in your way of you studying, getting your education. Don't worry about what nobody say if they don't put their hands on you. So she went, I said, go and report it to somebody. She goes and she reported to somebody. They put her in ISS just to keep her out of the situation. Then she called me this morning crying. Ma, I'm so sorry, Ma. I'm so sorry. She said, but they jumped me. And all I see her on her FaceTime is her hair bald to her scalp. I just got my baby hair done and y'all to pull her hair out to her scalp. It wasn't even that serious. Y'all need to teach y'all kids to keep their hands to themselves, because this right here, I'm a pissed mama right now. I am pissed that somebody sitting up here bothering my child, and I try to teach my kids to go to school, get your education. Don't worry about nothing. Keep y'all hands to yourself. Don't bother nobody. Stay out of harm's way. And y'all done put y'all hands on the wrong child. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who it is. I don't know who parent this is, but I know you're going to see this video, and this video is going to be very reaching. But I promise you, y'all better tell y'all kids to keep their hands to themselves. Y'all going to school want to fight over boys. Y'all need to learn how to get y'all education, because it's not that deep. That girl don't bother nobody. I don't teach my kids to fight. She don't even know how to defend herself. And it took for y'all to jump my daughter. Y'all had to jump one.
BS. I'm gonna tell you, I broke it down when this again, real time reaction.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. What you gonna say?
She said, as soon as my baby got to school, meaning that previous evening, y'all was on some social media bullshit. Cause how she waiting on you at 8 a.m.
Right.
If you was just at home doing your homework? How she already thinking about you?
I agree.
Y'all was just doing something the night before.
Or it could have been just some lingering shit. It been just perpetuating going on.
Because we don't know if this was a Monday, but prior to you show me the other 6 innocent 4.0 GPO having students that just go there and don't bother nobody that's getting jumped like that.
You ain't gonna see it.
You know your daughter in some bullshit.
Right.
You know she is. Look at you.
Right.
Look at your tape. You go straight to social media.
That's what I don't like. You're talking about your daughter getting jumped, but you want to go straight to go live for what? And if you're trying to act like
what we gonna do?
This is part of pimping your kid out again. This is literally pimping your child out again in a fucked up situation. Because I would not. This is some real shit. Knowing how brutal school is and bullying at school is, why would I show my child getting beat up, her hair pulled out, for other kids to potentially bully my daughter and beat my daughter ass too?
Insane, man.
That is crazy. Like, I'm literally exploiting my daughter in a time of need. And I put it on social media. Now all the oh, you got your ass whooped. We seen the whoop, and now they come on now, that don't make sense. I would never put my son laid out on the floor with a black eye. He got to go back to school.
Social media is the new crack era. I said this.
Yeah.
It has disrupted so many things to where even how we teach, that's why they fight so much. You look at all these fight videos that happen in school, all this disruption. These kids have outgrown this old model. Like, don't none of these successful people that teach or preach this, that, and the third send their children to public school anyway.
Right.
None of these higher ups that we reveal so much send their children to public school for public education. It's an outdated system. It does it's like a VCR.
All right.
It's outdated. So that alone shows you the what's the word? The dependency we have.
Yeah.
We letting these people still teach our students in these with this going on. You still feeding your children to this system.
Yep.
Talking about some she don't bother nobody. This now she shouldn't be getting jumped no matter what it is. But I highly doubt that she is 100% innocent. But she just go to school and she getting all A's. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt that too.
Look at the hair. See the hairstyle.
Yeah. So what you saying about the hairstyle?
It's telling.
What is
this doesn't
what
speak to a scholar that just minds their business.
So you wouldn't get your daughter hair did like that?
No.
Why not?
For what? That's weave. I'm not putting no weave in my child hair. Period.
I'm just asking.
Come on, man. No.
It just braids though.
No. You should have hair long enough to you're gonna wear your real hair. You're not wearing a weave in no motherfucking middle school, high school.
So you ain't allowing it. She gotta be out your house to wear the weave.
Well, I wouldn't even say she got to be at my house. I wouldn't even want her to have the mindset to want to go get weave.
Yeah.
Because we know the dangers and the harm that it does. So I just think, again, you see the reaction from the mother, you know what type of time the daughter on.
Yeah, I know we try to add, like I know Indy Irie put out a song called I Am Not My Hair, but you are your hair. What you convey a book, you do read a book by its cover a lot of times. So you could tell by, even when we talked about like Jabari Peoples, the twist in the hair, the blonde tips and all that, it tells me a lot that I need to know, right? So if I see this young girl with a hair braided like this, and I can kind of tell, what your background is. If your mama think it's okay for you to, really come out the house looking like this, and like I said, this person probably thinks this is a good look, a nice look, but then it goes back to the name argument. A lot of people say, oh, well, you should be able to name your child what you want to name. But then I always say, if a motherfucker got a hyphen in their name, they motherfucking hell. And then when I said that, I said, look at everybody on the Young Thug trial and look, all of them got what is it a hyphen?
Oh, you talking about the apostrophe?
The apostrophe.
The Jaquavius.
Yeah, the Jaquavius.
Marcus.
Yeah, Jamarquavius. You could go look at the Young Thug trial and look at all their names. All of them got the little apostrophes in their name. You could tell. So when we had just it need to be common sense shit. And I don't think we understand. I think we have such low self-esteem. We do a lot of shit that just calls attention to us.
I think it's just a rebellious spirit that's being, I think that's what it is. People just don't want to go by the book. I don't want to be in nobody's box. I don't want to have a white man now. You got this air till you sound white or you trying to be white.
Right.
If you say so, but how about I'm just not trying to be hood?
That's another thing.
Or ghetto or perceived as such.
I agree. I think everything we do comes with ramifications and repercussions. And the idea, and that's why it's sad when we have in our community women leading our community, because women have an idea or a mindset what should be. What should be. And men have a mindset of what it is. Yeah, you should be able to walk down the street and not get sexually assaulted or raped, but is that really what happens? You shouldn't be running half naked through Central Park at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't think nobody would be like, oh, that's a safe thing to do. There's probably some predators over there. Yeah, you should be able to do that, but is that reality? Is that the reality you want to really live in, having a should mindset and then get mad when somebody slap you across the head and take your goodies? This is where we at in our community, where when women lead our community, we always talk about what should be instead of what is. And that's the scary thing, because we have grown men to this day still with this same mindset and move around with a mindset of a woman.
You're about to see a lot of dead weight get bundled up and discarded. That's what you're about to see. When they say clean up, that's a very effective word, I would say, for lack of better terms. That when people say I'm finna clean some shit up, we gotta get rid of some shit.
Yeah,
ain't no just wiping that shit down. We got to get rid of something. Like, it's a lot of people that are going to be casualties of your own ignorance. You think this economy is going to shift forward with the mindsets y'all carrying from the 90s and the late 80s? They finna get rid of that shit. That's why they're getting rid of the public housing and changing the housing and the firing, and they're resurfacing it. They're refurbishing America.
Yeah, terraforming it. Yeah, it's definitely about to look different. And the thing is, we do this type of content to kind of wake y'all up. We know sometimes it's falling on deaf ears, but it's really to wake y'all up, because it's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline that I don't think people are privy to. Hey, I gotta wake up. And what's even scary when I think about how the government, because I think it got to be some self-accountability and there's some systematic shit at the same time, right? I think both of them kind of go hand in hand. And what I mean by that is, I just think about, like, in California, you had people going to jail getting caught stealing, because at one point in time, you get caught stealing over $500, your ass will go to jail, right? Then the systematic part is, well, we're gonna up it to 1,000, and then we're gonna blast it on the news. You're not gonna go to jail if you steal over 1,000. You're not gonna go to jail if you steal over 1,000. You're not gonna go to jail if you steal over 1,000. And now we see actual people getting arrested and say, yeah, that's $998 I stole, so that's just a ticket. And you see this done multiple time over time. They just had a dude a couple of days ago get arrested, say, hey, they just gonna send me back out here. This is the third car I stole this week.
Listen, I seen a video of some young black women stealing out of some. Do you know they tried to tally it up, saying, well, it was on sale?
Yeah, it was on sale.
They were trying to factor the sale price so it didn't equate the felony amount.
All right. I seen that.
They were trying to.
And the dude said, you don't get clearance prices when you stealing, baby. Yep. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like we're asking retarded motherfuckers.
How can you combat that? Not to cut you. How can you combat that? I'm trying to give you the sale price. I stole it for the sale price. It wasn't even regular price. What?
And how dumb you got to be stealing clearance shit?
You finna go to jail for a $9 t-shirt.
And I agree. How do you combat that? That's why I said we are in a community full of retarded motherfuckers, because now you could do all the math in the world to avoid going to jail, but you couldn't do the math behind the cash register at McDonald's to wrangle somebody shit to buy your own shit.
It's over, dog. I'm convinced it's over.
It's definitely over. This shit is over. The black community cooked, and that's why I keep saying we got to have a purge, ethnic cleansing type shit. Like it's done for, because we see these videos all the time now. I know we got social media, and I know I ain't gonna be even like, oh, they've been doing this. No, the shit that's going on now is times 10 from 20 years ago. When you see whole flash mobs of kids going and robbing stores, 30 kids at a time, robbing stores, Lululemon, the Gucci outlet to resell the shit. And then I'm wondering, who the fuck y'all selling this shit to? Because if you sell it in the hood, everybody poor, you're just going to get robbed again.
Instead of you sell it for 60, get robbed for 40 because I just got something to eat.
Right.
I'm back at square one.
So, like I said, we're in a community of dumb motherfuckers. It ain't no saving it. It ain't no hope. And this is the bleak and grim reality of what's really going on. It's kind of dystopian when you think about it. And it just is what it is. And like I said, we just do this content to bring awareness to y'all, so y'all can see what's going on. Because I don't know what the hell gonna happen with Trump sending people into Chicago. I don't know if the troops gonna stay there. We don't know what they're gonna implement afterwards. You see him coming back talking about now he in a cashless bail. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they're doing to, that's gonna land y'all in jail, getting the needle, being shot. You just never know.
Yeah, and that's like I say, it's the scary part, but people don't want to know. They just want to live in they ignorant bubble, wait on Friday, go get their liquor and do what they do. But yeah, they're gonna definitely be cleaning up more than the damn streets. Like I said, your schools are done for.
Yeah, they are.
Public education, that's a wrap. I give it another 5 years. Because the way the children are being raised with social media as the buffer in the summertime and on these breaks, they're learning the shortcuts and the cheat codes. I be seeing some of these young guys who are content creators or got in business coming to school putting out $10,000 in school.
Yeah,
got more money than the teacher.
Right.
I'm gonna respect somebody I'm making more money than.
I agree, especially
as a student teacher dynamic.
Partially. Now I'm kind of educating you to indoctrinate you. That's the school aspect, but I'm also educating you to make sure that you ain't too dumb, that you can kind of function and figure some shit out. There's supposed to be some type of reasoning skills and common sense that come along with school. Should be. But most of the time when you go to school, you're doing that to get a job. Even like your higher education, college and shit like that, you're doing that to get a job. If I'm already making money like this, it's kind of like, why do I need school if I'm making the money? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I really don't need this shit, right? I'm literally wasting my time being here.
Need this phone.
Right. If I could get on here and shoot content and make 10 racks a month, you got to think about it. They said only 10% of people in America make $100,000 right now. So you got these people out here doing content and screaming and shit like that. It's like, okay, well, you got these people making money, finding different avenues to make money. Why would I be here sitting listening to you?
Even just the time frame of school, you're talking an 8-hour block. People's attention span ain't that long for no 8 hours.
I agree.
So even that, all of it is ancient. Mm-hmm. It has never been revisited to, hey, we're gonna take this out, we're gonna do this. You still use this old, outdated dinosaur system and wondering why you're getting the people in society that you're getting. You're failing these people, these students.
Yeah.
From high school to college.
Yeah. I think two things is gonna have to happen with school. They're gonna have to make school year round. That's one thing. And they're gonna have to make it shorter. You should not be in school from preschool, elementary, or whatever, all the way till you 18. I don't think you should be, or even when you're 24 to be in college. I don't think you should be in school that long. I think you should be able to, by the time you're 18, you should be able to have a college degree.
We seen time and time again with these young scholars who bypass that and go homeschool, independent, graduating at 16, 15 years old. Like, wow, I'm doing all this 2-3 years. This is 2-3 years of fluff bullshit.
Right. I agree.
Like, so
I agree. Like I said, the stuff that we seeing now, all this shit got to be revamped, revisited. I don't know why. Even like Birmingham City, this to send your kids to like a Birmingham City and that school system been failing 30 years, it's crazy to me.
Systematic, dog. But this is just a tip of the iceberg. Again, going back to the Teacher Bae, it's just a job for a lot of teachers. So you got to make sure you're checking in on your kids to see what kind of distractions are at play. With this girl being beat up because we ain't talked to the boys who got this teacher as a teacher,
right?
To see how they respond and to monitor their interaction.
Mm.
If I'm attracted to my teacher, I'm not really gonna be listening to what the fuck she's saying.
Right. It'll be hard to do. And like I said, I kind of want to know if like she doing flirty shit too. Bending over in class when she drop a marker, leaning over the desk, smelling good. You got her cleavage out, bumping your ass against my shoulder as you walk through the aisle, like little shit like that. Where she play it off as harmless, but she know what she's doing just to get attention. Right,
all that,
because attention, and that's the part that's sad. It's the attention. I was watching Judge Judy. No, one of them judge show. The lady said I cheated on my husband because of attention. This dude was just giving me more attention.
Work, babe.
And so it's like you seeing that more attention. So we got grown women that's longing for attention for little kids.
That whole thing, that trope where they got is gonna be 45% of women between 25
and 35, I think.
and
45.
45.
Yeah.
22 and 45 will be single and childless. So that right there is going to show you biology rules.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna get into all of that, but like I said, it's teacher-based shit. Where if it would have been on the other foot, go back see if Jules responded to our comments.
Nah, she ain't responding.
Like, come on, we're not finna argue that. If I was a man up here in a student's face with little girls, 11th, 12th grade, dick print showing in khakis every day.
Think about the nigga that they had. Remember the teacher last year before last, had the students braiding his hair? Got him out of there.
Got him out of there. And they were just braiding his hair. So imagine I come in, I'm on 10 with some khakis on every day, and they can clearly see it.
And you playing in my hair. Come on now.
And he's but I blame him because you got to know this climate. They be trying to trick you to make, even. No, that's bullshit. We're never even. It's never equal.
You shouldn't look her ass big. You shouldn't look at it like that. You should. The only reason y'all got a problem with it because y'all got y'all mind in the gutter. Come on now.
That's the dumbest argument I've ever seen.
You know what certain shit invoking people now. You know what certain shit invoke. You know you don't go and get a motherfucking BBL for motherfuckers to not look at it. I don't care where you at. School, church, or the doctor's office. You don't go and get something augmented on your body for people not to look at it. That is crazy. You don't. That's why she wearing those tight clothes, and you could clearly tell that's a BBL. You don't do that for people to not look at it. We all smart. Well, no, I keep saying that. I keep forgetting y'all retarded. They retarded.
But yeah, the uptick in these fights, and well, like I said, we talk about this all the time. The amount of videos we see young black girls fighting
is ridiculous.
It's endless. I'm talking thousands. We should probably shed thousands up until this point.
Yeah,
literally every day,
and it don't be one or two.
It's always at minimum
20.
4, 5,
no,
6.
About 20.
Well, I'm saying on each side.
Oh yeah,
it be brawls.
It be real.
It
brawls.
Don't be just no one-on-one. And what are you fighting for?
Dick. You know that's what they find over dick. Or you told Lily, he told Lily my pussy stink. His little stupid shit like that. You told Lily I don't bathe my kids. It be stupid shit like that. Or so somebody cheating, fucking somebody baby dad, or
some of it be random. Like they'll just be in a restaurant and it just erupt. Bad customer service. They fighting the employees at the restaurant.
Yeah, we have seen that. That's a lot too.
What am I fighting the person that work behind Popeye? You telling me I'm coming in hungry? I'm leaving angry because it may take my food a little longer, or you mess my order up. Can you fix it?
Yeah,
it ain't the end of the fucking world. They fighting the workers at the gas station, the restaurants.
Yeah.
What? And some of them is premeditated where they know where the girl work and they go and find and they fighting her. It ain't got nothing to do with a bad customer experience. They know the girl work up here and coming to catch her off guard because she ain't got backup.
All right.
It's crazy, man. We're in 2025. I don't know.
I just can't believe people still fighting like that. That's what's mind-boggling to me. Like fighting, even like the videos we share on Instagram with all the shooting shit. Like I like I said, the disregard for life to me is so crazy. I'm glad I never lived that life or was close to it. And of course, I got family members that's taking that life, and to me, listening to them talk about, oh, I got in a shootout last night. That shit never sounded cool to me. It never sounded fun. It's like, yeah, the nigga went to target practice, your ass probably wouldn't be here today. But since y'all can't fucking aim, that's why people get hit with stray bullets all the time. So, like I said, it just never sounded thrilling, exciting, having the police bust you down, handcuffs going through the system. None of that sounded, it just sounded like a waste of my time. It sounded like you just, controlling my life even more. But, more, I guess in our communities now, it's a badge of honor to go to jail. And y'all say y'all don't want gay niggas, but then y'all have coming home parties for these niggas that been locked up 10 plus years. Like, come on, dog, you know what's going on. Yeah, you know what's going on. But like I said, there's a lot of mental retardation in our community. Y'all need to wake up. And that's really all I gotta say.
It's the new normal, man. This is a new normal in reality. This is the new landscape. Social media. You're not gonna have no privacy. You're not gonna have no kind of. You're not the liberties that we've taken advantage of. I think are gonna be stripped away because we haven't I ain't saying we haven't appreciated them, but it's just that bullshit crime where people don't want to go nowhere in it because it's what they understand that crime disrupt commerce. And that's what it boils down to. When that bottom, that's why they're sending the Fed in. It's the bottom dollar being affected.
Think so?
The dollar ain't circulating in this area like it should be due to crime.
Well, yeah.
Vegas is down, and there ain't a lot of crime out there.
Well, you got to think about it. Even when you think about like what you just said about the bottom dollar, just think about like all the Walmarts that had to leave.
The bottom line, yeah.
Food lines had to leave certain areas. They calling it food desert, but then you start researching it's a food desert because the grocery store had to leave because y'all was stealing out the bitch too much.
Yeah.
So when you think about that part, so many stores had to get closed down because of the shrinking and theft. It's like, well, y'all did this to your own community because y'all go in here and privilege y'all community, and you wonder why you got to drive 20 miles to go to the Walmart in a nice neighborhood. You know, and that's sad because a lot of y'all don't have the proper transportation to make it that far, which really going to leave y'all more hungry, more malnourished children, more not being able to get to like, police stations and, those type of things. I don't think people really just grasp how y'all put yourselves at a disadvantage on your own. Like even when you fucking ride and shit, you tend to burn up your own shit, your own neighborhoods and shit. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's a new normal podcast. We'll be back next week, Saturday.
You got time, right?
Yeah, I'm going out of town Saturday. But I want to talk about Dating Monday because I seen a video on TikTok today. They were showing a mixer.
Can you pay my bills? You got to pay my bills as soon as I meet you.
They were showing a mixer on TikTok. 4-to-1.
Dudes that know some don't go to these mixers.
4-to-1, bro.
Yeah.
At the mixer. 4-to-1. I'm talking about a bunch of chicks, but I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them did look a little overweight, a little busted. But it's 4-to-1. It's a black event.
Ain't nobody going to this shit. I'm sorry to tell you, those mixers. And I've done one.
Yeah.
A few. I did the speed dating. I was in that arena for a minute. I did, mixers and meet and greet, which they was cool, but you're not just about to pay $25, $30, $50 and you're gonna meet the man of your dreams. I don't know how does that thought even come into play? I could just pay $50 and I'm finna go ahead and meet the woman of my dream.
See, I think it's the idea, the intention. Like
it's the corral, it's the pad my numbers. I left with 9 numbers tonight. I can go through them 9 interviews. That's what it's like a job fair.
Yeah, but yeah, because you're going to look for a job. I think you're going to look for like, spouse or bring your numbers up, fuck, but whatever. I think that's kind of like the intention because like if you think about like a club, when people go to clubs, a lot of times they just go on to flex or just look good or get hit on. They ain't really looking for somebody. With the idea of a single mixers, the idea is that everybody in here single. We all looking for a love or looking for a relationship or looking for something, marriage or whatnot. So the intention of coming in here is supposed to be better odds than you just going to the club or going to church or going to work and shit like that. Well, these people are supposed to be single. Yeah. So I don't know. But like I said, it's the New Normal Podcast. So we'll be back Monday. We're going to talk about dating, like what the dating landscape, talking about the coffee date shit that went viral on TikTok 2 weeks ago. I'm like, bro, this is insane. The stuff that I think these stories be fake, though. I'm gonna put that. I think a lot of these stories be fake to go viral, to get y'all up in a tizzy, because we know, and if you know enough, a woman ain't making you jump through all them hurdles if she like you. That's only for niggas she don't fucking like. So it's a New Normal Podcast. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. We gone. Peace.